till min sida här. Nu ska vi titta på film. Vi går djupare in i data och tekniska lösningar. Det är kollegor här på Sigma som ska berätta för oss hur vi kan använda data analytics och bidra till att det gör transportbranschen ännu mer hållbar. Så vi fortsätter på samverkan, vi fortsätter på forskning, ny kunskap och vi fortsätter att jobba med hållbarhet och vi jobbar tillsammans. Varsågoda.
Hello, my name is Jonas Tillström. I'm working as Business Area Manager for Digital Services, a section within Sigma Technology Solutions.
My name is Vidhya, Madhavan, working as a business analyst in Business Intelligence area.
And in Digital Services, we are working with business intelligence, analytics and machine learning. And today we will present for you a project that we did this spring together with El-Kretsen, Chalmers Industriteknik and SAS Institute, where we optimized the routes for transportation.
Our planet is an amazing place. It is rich on resources and beautiful nature. It gives us the ground for opportunities and innovation. But we act as we have more globes. Each year globally we consume almost 2 planets at an average. In Sweden alone we consume 4 planets a year. That is why we are now aiming for a zero waste society.
El-Kretsen is one of the companies who works for that. They are a non-profit organization that helps municipalities and their inhabitants to collect electronic waste and batteries from different collection points.
El-Kretsen transports cover 5,000 battery boxes, 600 recycling centers, 30 recycling plants, 1.5 million real estate collection boxes, and over 100 approved collection points for industry batteries.
However, during this transport, 3,500 tons of carbon dioxide emissions are released annually. El-Kretsen aims to maximize the climate benefits by recycling e-waste, which is why keeping carbon dioxide emissions as low as possible is their priority. Together with Sigma Technology, Chalmers Industriteknik and El-Kretsen, we decided to tackle their emissions and mitigate climate change.
Initially, we started to analyze data. While analyzing El-Kretsen data, especially transportation data, ideas were blinking in our mind. We thought to create a data algorithm and SAS reports which will be helping for a route optimization. Through this, El-Kretsen can save up to 30% of CO2 emission.
The data about available e-waste is gathered in El-Kretsen reports. Different types of products are divided in different fractions. El-Kretsen collects the data and then sends it to the transportation company that decides on the route and picks up the waste. By using our solution, El-Kretsen could generate 2 extra reports when the algorithm has analyzed the stock report.
They will get a performance report on CO2 emissions and a network map report for building the most optimal route, thus saving fuel, reducing emissions and optimizing the pickup and drop-off.
In the future, we can add extra scanning points to our algorithm, such as real-time traffic scenario, seasonal variations, weather, and recycling plant availability to make pickup and drop-off times more flexible, optimizing transportation and reducing carbon dioxide emissions even more. As you might have seen in the film, El-Kretsen handles e-waste across the country. They are the sole e-waste handler where they collect electronic waste such as batteries, chargers, adapters, laptops to bigger equipments like fridge, freezer, etc. from all over across the municipalities and deliver to treatment plants where they are converted to different materials, energy, or are sent to landfills. The core business is transportation and collection of e-waste from across the municipalities, and the transportations are planned and carried out manually. When we collected the data and analyzed this data, we saw a scope for improvement and optimizing the routes of transportations where they can benefit in terms of fuel and carbon dioxide emissions. We designed an algorithm, machine learning algorithm, where the data and the coordinates for pickup and drop points are fed to it, and the algorithm determined the optimal route with optimal load balancing, and the output was produced. The result of this algorithm, according to the projections, it will save 24% of carbon dioxide emissions from what is it today, and up to 329,000 liters of fuel savings.
So, what happens next? We can see that logistics and transportation business will increase with 4 to 5% yearly during the coming years. The transportation sector is also a big contributor to the climate change. Even though there are plans for electrification, it will take many years, probably up to 10 years, before it is fully implemented. We see that with our solution, we can do a change much earlier. And using this solution, the transportation can save a lot of carbon dioxide emissions and also fuel and be more cost effective. We are looking forward to finding new partners that we can further develop the solution together with. So now over to the studio.
Welcome back. So in real life, we actually have Jonas Tillström and Vidhya Madhavan with us here, and we switch to English. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Very interesting to listening. I admire your work, and I get impressed of your deep knowledge into this. But let us listen into what industries do you think can benefit from the data solution that you actually develop for El-Kretsen?
We think that it can be applicable for any industry that does transportation in some way. Not only industries that pick up things and like El-Kretsen, but it can be, for example, distribution companies that distributes goods, or e-commerce companies that want to distribute things themselves. And we also see that when it comes to the e-commerce, there are also a lot of people buying many things and then returning things. And then they think that we can use this solution to optimize also the returns, so they can pick up the returns on the same route that they deliver the goods to the customers. So that is a real benefit for them, I think.
Vidhya, do you want to add anything to this, or?
Yeah, as Jonas said, everything, it can be applied to a wide range of industries. Yeah.
Okay. Do you see a potential for using similar logic for other applications and areas, industries?
Yeah, this is an algorithm for optimization, so it can be applied to other areas as well, for optimizing different things.
And yes, please.
Yeah, I would say it can, for example, if we talk about optimizing schemas for, let's say, healthcare personnel that are going around to the patients in their homes, it can be used for making a better route and giving more time for them at each patient, for example.
And in this process, where are you? When can you think, when is the time to actually implement this in real life?
I would say actually now.
Yeah, it should have been done already in every industry which has something to do with the transportations. So where you can save a lot of carbon dioxide and fuel and also cost. Yeah.
How are you working with, well, actually making this happen in real life? Are you in contact with different companies or industries to apply this?
Yes, we have plans for meeting companies that could be of interest of this, and we will continue with that during the autumn. That's in our plans to see.
What's your personal experience of this journey and the development in this project? What's been the most important, valuable learning for you?
It was an amazing experience to work with this POC we just wanted to study. We received some data from El-Kretsen, our partner, and we wanted to see how can we help them in their business. And we understood that this transportation is the one their core business, and this can help. This has the potential to optimization a lot with the carbon emissions, because El-Kretsen is dealing with primarily with the climate change, and they collect e-waste and so on. So we thought we could help them more with this structure, because their transportation was planned manually, and they had just the data, but they had no clue how it is planned. So we went and started analyzing the data, and then we planned, okay, we can optimize the transportations much better, because you collect it. Sometimes it's not the full capacity of the vehicles are collected, and sometimes the random routes are planned, and so on. So and according to our projection, we could save up to 24% of carbon dioxide, and which is a great deal, and more than 350K of fuel per year. So and this is just a preliminary study, and if we could tweak in more parameters, so it will be much more, which will add to the climate benefit the environment a great deal.
It's both impressive and inspiring to hear. Jonas, your personal learnings from this?
Yeah, especially when it comes to realize how much the transportation actually contributes to the emissions, and how much we can save actually using just these type of methods. So it's not rocket science, it's using data.
Yeah.
Has there been any challenges that's worth mentioning about, coming together from different organizations, looking into this data, sharing data, and then analyzing this, and coming forward with the statement and knowledge that you now have?
Yeah, the data is always a challenge. So we received some data from El-Kretsen. We could have done better if we had more information regarding to the volume of the articles that is being carried, because even though the weight, because we consider now only the weight as a parameter, but even though weight can be less, but the volume, due to that, it cannot accommodate more into that. So that information was missing from the data that we received, where we could have further improved our algorithm and put in more parameters as such. So yeah.
Was it, I mean, we talk about data as the new gold.
Yes.
And one thing is to not fully be aware of what kind of data is available, but the other thing is that to have access to data, and to get access, and to regulate the ownership, and with that parameter. Would you like to share anything about the work around that in the project?
Yeah, when it comes to this project, that was not the big issue, because El-Kretsen was part of the project from the beginning. So we had already an agreement with them that we should get the data. But as you say, getting the data, getting the right data, getting access to it can be a challenge many times, because there are a lot of regulations, both legal regulations like GDPR when it comes to personal data, but it can also be that the company has their own regulations about how to share data and so on. So, but usually it works well when we get into a project. But it can be a challenge in the beginning to have the customer to understand what data they need to share with us to be able to achieve the goals.
In this project, we were lucky that El-Kretsen also shared the same interests about contribution to climate, so they were pretty willing to share their data. So that access part was okay for this.
It's very interesting. Do you see any, I shouldn't say do you see any, what kind of potential, I should say, do you see as further development of this solution?
We could improve the solution by bringing in more parameters, just like, as I mentioned, the volume, and Also, we could do a real-time traffic situation, which was not part of this project. So we could analyze what is the traffic if there is an ongoing construction or an accident, so that we can take. So those kind of situations, that could be improve the solution. Also, the weather conditions, snow or rain, which could potentially impact the route as such. And also, our goal is to have an app where it communicates the live situation to the driver of the vehicle, so that it is in direct contact about the updated traffic situations. So these are the improvement factors we can have to this machine learning algorithm, even though the base of the optimized routing we can keep it.
So is it in fact your job assignment the next coming 2 years, or?
Yeah,
it is?
Yes, we are really working towards that, to add more parameters and tweaking and providing a better solution, and a generic one which can apply to any industry, as we discussed before.
If we have any audience here that would like to come in contact with you to learn more about it or to engage themselves, how can we get in contact with you?
Yeah, you can contact us either on mail, or you can also go into our homepage, sigmatechnology.se, and the subpage digital, where we have contact details, and we also have information about what we are working with within the digital services area.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing with us and for the important work that you do in order to contribute to a sustainable future with your contribution there. So, and I hope that you will manage to focus further on the potential there is with this development and new knowledge. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There.